Hi guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another Summoner's War review. We are on Doji Demon's account. I see somebody bought Dogecoin. This account owner's request was fairly simple. He wanted to know my opinion on how he could get better in regular arena and RTA. So let's take a look at his current record. Let's take a look at his runes. Let's take a look at his box. And we'll determine what is currently wrong or what I think he should do for him to reach a new goal. Man, that was a simple intro, right? I should do that more. My intros are way too long. Hey guys, before we start the video, if you guys are interested in getting advice and help from me and other Summoners War players, feel free to join my Discord, where the link is in the descriptions below. Also, if you enjoy my content and want to support me, become a Patreon, where the link for it is also in the descriptions. I want to say I appreciate all the support, and believe me, I really do. Anyways, that was it. Let's get back to the video. So Doge Demon has been playing for 133 days, which I think it's a reset because I already looked at his box and it seems like too much for a non-spender to get in a short period of time. So I'm expecting that he has reset, he requested a reset, and his real length, his real play time is much longer. He has reached G1 in regular arena and he reached C1 in RTA. I'm assuming he's doing all the dungeons, which it looks like he is. So let's go straight into his box and see what his potential arena offense and defense can be. He has a fair amount of units outside and inside his storage. So first, if we take a look at his water units, he does have a Samath, he has a Abelio, he has two Bastets, interesting, and then he has a Carnal, the Fire and Bison, he has a Bale. Let's take a look at his wind units. He has a Tiana, he has two Tianas, and he has two Leos. It looks like he has all the units that you want for an arena offense and defense. I also noticed that he has the Debra, which makes it really easy for him to make a extremely hard-hitting AO, assuming he has a good AoE damage dealer like the Pung Bek. Well, we saw the Bale. Bale itself is a very good AoE damage dealer, but Pung Bek is really where Debra shines, and it looks like he does have him. Just from this, I could tell him he has the box for a higher record. From Debra itself, his AOs should be extremely fast. So let's take a look at his runes because that might be a problem. So I'm gonna start with Swift, Speed, slot 1, 26, 25, okay. 25, 24, okay. 31, that's an extremely strong slot right here. You did give it a +5. I would also give it a +10 here on the defense. For Swift, accuracy, resistance are both pretty desirable. So maybe you could grind the defense for a higher defense percentage. And then 28, a strong slot 5 as well. And then a 25 slot 6. So 4 and 5 are pretty strong. Well, really strong for 4. And 5 is pretty strong. The rest are pretty average. 24, 25, not bad. I think if you're okay with it, you could think of doing Swift runes later. Let's go look at his Violent runes. 25, ooh, I'm seeing slots that are not grinded or stats that are not grinded. So I am questioning you running your R5. 25 here too. 22, which could be 27, your fastest slot 3 for Violent rune. This is also making me question your raid progress. 24 slot 4, then the 23, pretty weak slot 4. 26, 24, and then slot 6 is a 28, another extremely strong slot 6, and then you have another 21 here that could be a 26. Seeing that you're missing so many grinds, I think doing R5 is probably the best advice I could give you right now, since you have some really nice runes that needs the grinds. Let's go to Will. 26 slot 1, that's good. Another 26, so two 26s, not bad. Another 26 on slot 3. 30 on slot 4, that's a really good rune right there. It could be 31 actually. Then 27, that's a strong slot 4. Then 28 slot 5, and then 21, and then finally slot 6 is a 28. That's flat, but it's fine. You did give it to the Bastet, which is the right thing to do. And then a 25. So overall, I think your rune quality is not that bad. and you definitely have the units to reach a higher record in regular arena. So finally, let's take a look at your arena offense and defense and see what might be the issue. So this is your current defense, and I personally don't like it. Best rank was G1 with a 17% defense rate and a 76% victory rate, which is actually really low. So I do want to look at your offenses because that is way too low. I think you need a minimum of 80% to reliably hit at least G2. Your previous week was very low, F3, and with that, you only had a 24% defense rate in Fighter 3. So I think your defense is bad. That's probably a problem too. Let's take a look at some of these units. Halfist, way too squishy, not 100 res. Aerial, way too slow, not double Nemesis Will, not 100 res, not scaled up. I want to assume this is a fake defense because this is just garbage right now. Kinky, 100 resistance on Despair. That's fine. That's fine. And then Abelio is on Violent Nemesis, not really fast, just really tanky. So let's switch up some stuff here because I think Runes first are not that great on this defense, and second, the comp isn't that great either. Let's take these two out and let's first of all put in the Carnal, because Carnal definitely has a much better lead for a tanky defense, so I'll put that. And then I think the easy fix here is to just put in a Triana on 100 res. I think just by doing this, your defense will do much better. Optimal build is Violent Will, Violent Will, Violent Destroy, Violent Will. I think everything just being around 100 speed will still definitely get you a lot more wins in this level. You could always switch out the Kinky for a Darien on 100 res, really tanky, because that always works as well. This is global. It's fairly easier compared to Europe server, and these defenses work. I can't say the same for Europe because Europe is much more competitive. Now let's take a look at your offense. So this is the one that I used to run. Let's see how fast your Tiana is. 204, that's pretty fast. That's 300 speed Tiana. I'm assuming the Galleon, okay. I want to assume that this is correct. This is good enough speed for it to take the next turn. So let's just assume that it is. I hope that the Changpeng is close to that. Wow, that's a 24-41. That's a 17 speed difference. That's way too big. Your Changpeng needs to be much faster. If you can't get it on Despair, first of all, it doesn't have to be on Will since you're expecting to go first turn. So just kill the Will set to get more speed, because right now it's definitely constraining you to meet that speed limit. There's 17 speed difference. That's a lot. And there's Peng Bek that's much slower than your Changpeng. 20 speed. Over 20 speed. First of all, you're not getting a lot of wins because you're definitely getting cut if your Changpeng is failing to push back. And seeing that it only had 40% accuracy, is definitely failing to push back. Unless you fix your Changpeng and Peng Bek is not a reliable team. You do have a slow offense. Okay, 24 speed, 124. It is a little faster. Not on 100 res. Again, an issue. It has to be on 100 res. There's no exception. Your Delphoid needs to be on 100 res. And then your Bale, too squishy. Like I said in my videos, at the very least 100k EHP, and I know for a fact this is not 100k EHP. Also, you need skill ups on skill 3 at the very least. Seeing these issues, I can see why your team is failing. Let's look at this Christina. Also, I doubt this is 100k EHP. Also, no skill ups. So if you want these offenses to work, you have to Devilmon your damage dealers, and also you have to follow the rule. I stated out all the conditions that you need to have for these offenses to work. If you don't meet them, you shouldn't be expecting it to work as well as I'm showing them in my videos. Also, if I have to give you another arena offense recommendation, it'll just probably be with Tiana, Peng Bek, Deborah. And Deborah doesn't even have to take a turn. She just needs to be there. And then Galleon. Go with Peng Bek's lead. And you could give less crit rate to Peng Bek and try to get more damage instead. And this should do like 80k damage, 90k damage if you build it well enough. Okay, so we already saw the issues. I think just by that, it tells me why you're not improving in arena. The flaws are extremely apparent. You have to follow my rules when you're building second turn teams. The defense you're currently running right now has flaws by itself. So if you fix those, I am pretty damn sure you'll start climbing. Now for RTA, well, let's first take a look at your victory rate. 57%, meaning that you should be able to climb a little more. Seeing here too, 61%. I don't know why you didn't continue climbing, because 61% kind of shows that you could have at least gotten C1. And your best score was C1 with a 53% win rate, which is fairly even, meaning that you aren't going to climb really fast with that kind of win rate. If you look at your box, you first of all have too many things. I would focus on a team. And your Swift runes weren't that bad. Definitely your rune quality tells me you're at least C2. Let's take a look at the towers. Oh, okay, you definitely have to work on your towers. So please get that done. So that's a flaw there. But here I would focus either going first turn, second turn, and then if you're going a control team or a nuke type of team. Let's take some units out here. You have the Oliver, Chung Pong. You even have Elonia with Ganymede. I don't know why you wouldn't have Cardinal out here, since Cardinal is a great unit in RTA. It did die out a little, but I still don't think that he is a unit to be ignored. I would also put the Joe Gun here, since it goes well with your team. If anything, with your rune quality, even running a Swift Verd team will at least get you to C2. And it looks like you do have a Swift Verd runed up. Not on high attack though. So you definitely want to run it on high attack if you want to get something done. You have the more on attack defense. Okay, you want it on attack. But you do have the rune quality to run a Swift Verd team to get to C2 in my opinion. If you want to go a second turn team, focus around the Riley. I think in RTA it should be on bottom will. There are aspects of reset in the game. Since the other player is actually playing, if they target the Riley and reset her, then she's much less effective on the field. But I think your first pick should, if anything, if you want to start playing right now, if you want to try something out, should surround around the Masha and Oliver, since they are really good. You even have the Dominique that's not skilled up. So first things first is that if there's units that's not skilled up, oof, this hurts a lot, is that you take them out. Because you're never going to pull them out. You're never going to pick them. Even if you do, they're not going to do what you're expecting them to do. So you can't blame the unit if they're not skilled up and they're not working. Because first of all, you didn't invest in it. You need to invest in the unit that you want to use. This one too also needs full skill up on the last skill, because this cool time turn -1 is really beneficial. I see that there is currently like three units at least that needs to be taken out just because it's not skilled up. Knowing that your Riley and Dominique aren't skilled up, I would just go for the first turn type of team, maybe even the Swift Verd, or just go with like the Masha Oliver and pair it up with like Chung Pong more. Get multiple speed leads, play with the Shizuka. You can even play with Gani, Eleanor, since they are really good with the refreshes or the resets. If you want to test your rune quality, I would start with the Swift first, since it's so easy to rune up and the team draft is pretty much set. It's pretty easy to learn where you could take in the Swift Verd team and what you're weak against, and to see what you're weak against. Just play a lot of games and figure out how things work out. Once you get to that point and once you meet a wall with the Swift Verd team, I will kind of switch out and then pick more of a team that's surrounded with Masha Oliver, since it's still really good, or even get your Dominique fully skilled up and your Riley fully skilled up, so you could start playing like a second turn team and start responding to picks. That's the way I will learn how to play the game. I know this advice is very broad, but seeing that there's so many things that your box can do, there's no real one answer. I can't say this is better than the other, so it's really up to you on how you want to play things. But that was it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's anything else that you guys would like to see in Summoners War, please put a comment below. If you guys have better advice for this account owner, also put that in the comments below, because I'm pretty sure he would appreciate that. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, because that really helps me, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.